guys. Well, we are just days away from July 4th, a top-selling holiday here for alcohol brands. We've got one company that's gearing up for a jump in sales. Loverboy's Kyle Cooke and Amanda Batula are here with us. You may also recognize them from Bravo's Summer House. Yahoo Finance entertainment reporter Alexandra Canal joining the conversation as well. Kyle and Amanda, it's great to see you both. Kyle, let me start with you. When we take a look at the demand that you're seeing this summer, talk to us about the significance of July 4th and what this means for your business.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us. I mean, it's the biggest selling day of the year. We're in a pretty unique spot, having gone nationwide over the last couple months. And it's really the first time we're taking advantage of that nationwide footprint. So it's an exciting time. And like you said, we're also kicking it off in the Hamptons.
And I'm curious, there's been a big shift when it comes to consumer alcohol preference. We've seen the hard seltzer category fizzle. How do you keep up with market trends? And what are you hearing right now from consumers specifically when it comes to the products that they want?
Sure. Not to toot our own horn, but we have been setting a lot of trends. We saw early on in the seltzer craze that they all taste the same. People are going to want more flavor. So our hard tea has 0 sugar, but more flavor. We also were the first to offer like a better for you spritz to replace your sugary Aperol spritz. And then we launched
our cocktails.
Yeah.
And tell us about it, Amanda.
Yeah, so we have our espresso martini and our Cosmo. It's one of our favorite drinks to get when we're out together, but they're full of sugar. So we really wanted to just create that better for you, low sugar, indulgent cocktail. That's also, easy, and there's no cleanup involved.
And Kyle, I know people who drink Loverboy and have never seen an episode of Summer House. So I'm curious, how do you guys balance promoting the brand on the show while also making sure that it's a product that has the legs to stand on its own?
No, it's a great question. So when I think of the show, it's not really like we're promoting it. What's cool about Summer House, it gives us an opportunity to show what we're doing, occasionally during the week. It's obviously a weekend heavy show, but we've really showed the story of us building the brand. Unlike a lot of celebrity brands where they just kind of stick their name on it, we're building it block by block, blood, sweat, and tears. And for us, the summer is a time to kind of let loose. That's what winds up on camera. But we're working, all year round.
We also don't want it to feel forced or make it seem like it's an advertisement. This is a drink that we're actually drinking, that our friends are consuming, that they really do like. So, what you're seeing is reality.
Literally. All right, Kyle, talk to us just about how you've built this brand, because you're in a space that's dominated by so many of these larger players. It's hard to enter and really carve out your own area in this. How have you been able to do this in a relatively short amount of time?
Yeah, we've gone nationwide in 1/10 of the time it's taken some of the top independent brands that sell through beer wholesalers. And it's because we've really taken advantage of understanding our consumer better than most people in the space, because we are the consumer. And we've really been digital first in an industry that doesn't use technology. And probably most importantly is catering towards women. Like, our team is 2/3 women. Women make the vast majority of purchases, and most alcohol companies are full of men. And we realized very early on, particularly because we were on Bravo, that that's got to change.
And speaking of Bravo, you guys head out tomorrow to film the next season of Summer House. Reality TV, it's changed a lot since its heyday, the streaming revolution in general. How have you guys seen that play out on your show, since it's now 5 years since Summer House first debuted?
Yeah, actually, this is our 7th.
Yeah, I think the biggest change also is kind of breaking that fourth wall and just really showing how real and true things are, the relationships sometimes, like with production, just things outside of what you just see behind the camera or in front of.
Yeah, and our show's always benefited from a really authentic aspect due to the surveillance. And I think, people love it for that aspect of it. It's not scene to scene where you can kind of get in your own head and think about what you want to say. It's as real as it gets. And, on the flip side, I think people's consumption of content has changed, and our audience gets bigger and bigger as more and more people discover it on other platforms.
And some of our viewers might not know this, but you two are married. Talk to us real quick, just what it's like running a business while being married, because I think a lot of people would shy away from doing that.
It's been challenging, not going to lie. And people have certainly watched that unfold on TV.
Yeah, and it's been interesting. I think early on, we had a conversation and we had to make that decision that, we weren't going to be able to separate work and our relationship. So once we kind of agreed to make it one thing and set some boundaries, we were really able to work better together and become a really strong team.
Yeah, if you are dating or married to an entrepreneur, there's no on-off switch. And I think Amanda had high hopes that we could kind of leave the work, well, in New York City, it's like, leave the work in the living room.
Now it's, if I'm laying in bed, we don't talk about work.
That's a good rule to have. Amanda and Kyle, thanks so much for having on with us here. We wish you all the best. And our thanks to Alexandra Canal as well.